My hair about to look so good. Watch. I did this before, and my hair it looks good afterwards. So. The first time I watched a Mike Flanagan movie, it was Hush, back in 2018, I believe, on Netflix. And I was like, man, this movie is really good. I feel like this director right here is the one to be looking out for. And then I saw Ouija, Origins of Evil, right? And I'm like, man, this dude is pretty good. He's pretty good. And then I watched Gerald's Game on Netflix, and I was like, man, this dude is really good. And then, of course, Hill House, came out, and, it was like one of the best things Netflix ever done. I can say this with confidence, that Mike Flanagan, the man, he cannot miss right now. He simply cannot miss right now. Because The Haunting of Bly Manor is once again extremely well made. It got some beautiful performances, really well directed, and the story is just incredible. Now, The Haunting of Bly Manor is, in a way, a sequel to The Haunting of Hill House, but not really. I mean, is this a season 2? Is it a sequel? Is it a follow-up? Or is it a season 2 of what is an anthology, right? Whatever it is, it's so good. I mean, if you want to watch this without, having seen Hill House, it's fine. I mean, there are certain things that, people who've seen Hill House would really appreciate. In Bly Manor, like, the music is the same score. Some of the actors from the last show, came back playing different characters, of course. It's giving me a little bit of a American Horror Stories, kind of. Even Black Mirror, if you will. Those anthologies type of series that, the follow-up is not necessarily a sequel, but, it got the same actors. It tackles some of the same themes and topics. Well, first of all, I want to talk about the performances because I thought they were beautiful. Victoria Peretti, or Peretti, however you say her name. I'm gonna butcher a lot of the names of these actors right here, so I apologize. But Victoria, she played Nell in Hill House. I thought she was really good in that show. She carries the whole show right here. She carried Bly Manor, in my opinion. She is the emotional core. She is the main character. This is her story. This is some of the more believable performances that I've seen in a long time, actually. She was really, really good in the show. Oliver Jackson Cohen, he was Luke, I believe, in Hill House. He came back for this show. He played, what's his name, Peter. This character is actually interesting. You're not gonna like him at first. Once you find out, like, who he really is, who he is deep down, right, and what his goal is, this character might become your favorite character of the show. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna give it away, but that is all I'm saying. Amelia Eve, who plays Jamie. Jamie is similar to Peter in that she is, at first you don't really know how to feel about her. There's not a whole lot given to you as far as characters. But you learn about this character more and more throughout the show. These are actually some of the more effective character development I've seen in a very long time. You don't get everything at first. And, the show asks you to be patient. As the audience, we get rewarded at the end, We get to find out who they are. We get to find out what their motivations are. And when that happened, right? When that happened, it kind of made you go, holy shit. Like, holy shit. Tania Miller, who plays Mrs. Gross, she's the housekeeper of this manor, right? It's actually funny because last year in class, in one of my classes, we were watching this miniseries called Years and Years. It's actually really good sci-fi-ish miniseries that I really recommend. It's really, really good. She was in it, and I remember watching her, right? And I was like, man, I don't know who this actress is, and I don't remember seeing her in anything, but she is killing it right now, and I cannot wait to see more of her. And when I see her in this show right here, I was like, man, you're so goddamn good. There's this one episode dedicated to this character, right? And my God, it's one of my favorite of the entire series. It's heartbreaking, right? It's so good. It's a huge twist. It's a big twist that blew my mind, and I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming, man. Now, my personal favorite character of the show, right? My personal favorite character of the show is Owen, played by, what's his name? Rahul Kohli. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered the name of these actors, but I'm just not good with names, guys. You guys know this, but Rahul Kohli. He was the scientist in iZombies. I mean, I stopped watching in the middle of season 2. And he is just so lovable in the show. He is the type of person in the group that, every time he does something or say something, it makes you smile. It just makes the mood, he just lighten up the mood a little bit. He's there. I don't want to use the term comic relief, because that's not who he is, but he's the type of person to brighten your day. Let's just say that. Now, the two little kids, they're really good, right? For kid actors, they did a great job. As far as characters, though, I'm going to say this. The kids, they take some getting used to. That's what I will say. Especially the little boy. Because I want to say the first 2 or 3 episodes, right? You don't really know what is the deal with these 2 kids. Especially the little boy. He does some stuff that is questionable. He does some stuff that is disturbing. And you don't really know what to make of it, at first, right? And then, of course, you stay patient and you find out, okay, maybe there is a reason to all of this. I'm trying way too hard not to spoil anything, man. Like, just bear with me. These 2 kids, they take some getting used to. And what I love most about Bly Manor, and it's the same thing that I love about Hill House, right? The ghosts and the monsters and the spirits and these horrifying figures, there's more to them. They're not just there to be, the antagonist. They're not just there to be scary, right? They are scary. Don't get me wrong, they are scary. But the ghosts and the spirits and the monsters and whatnot, they represent something. And for different people, for different characters, they represent something to them. Your ghost might be different to my ghost. Your ghost might represent something that you regret. My ghost represents something that I miss, or stuff like that, And Mike Flanagan, with this show, he continues to explore those themes like grief, like loss, like depression and regret, and he explores all that themes using, horror, using the setting of a haunted manor and whatnot. And I thought that was beautiful. Tell you what, I was a bit surprised, when I looked at the IMDb page, and I see 7.5 out of 10, which is not a bad score by any means, but it's a bit underrated in my opinion. I mean, this shows deserve at least an 8, in my opinion, right? And I guess the frustration from the viewers, it comes from the show not being that scary. And to that, I say, I understand. I get it. And you're right. Bly Manor is actually not all that scary. I actually don't remember an instant where I was like, man, like this is really, really scary. Like I'm so scared right now. That did not happen throughout the show, right? There are some creepy moments for sure. There's some, very intense moments for sure. And they're just enough horrifying stuff that happen to please the casual horror fans. I'll say that. But if you compare that to something like, let's say, Haunting of Hill House, it's not quite as scary. And to the hardcore, like, horror fans or the people who love Hill House, if you're disappointed by that, I understand. That being said, I feel like you should give credit where credit is due, right? The show is a romance disguised as a horror show, right? The story is a love story, first, and then there's some horror elements in between. And I think at one point, the show even said that themselves, They tell you that, you know what? This is not a horror story. This is a love story. So they're pretty self-aware. They know that this show is not going to scare people the way that, Hill House did. Because, again, it is a love story. A very good one at that. So, to those people who are disappointed with The Haunting of Bly Manor, I'll say this. Give it another watch. Give it a second watch. Because this time, you're going to go in knowing that it is a love story. You're going to go in knowing that it is not a horror story. So, all the expectation and all that is out the window, right? Just watch it for what it is. Enjoy the characters, enjoy the story, and see if your experience with the show is better. I can see why people are, like a little bit disappointed. Like, oh, it's not scary. I was expecting something scary, for Halloween and whatnot. And it wasn't scary, so 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Which, brought the rating down a little bit, but 7.5 is not bad. But again, I feel like it is a bit underrated. So The Haunting of Bly Manor, it is out on Netflix. So if you got Netflix or if you're using someone else's Netflix, definitely check it out. It is really good. I love all the characters. I thought the performances was really strong. I love the story, even though it is not as scary as Hill House. I do love the romance and the love story. The very tragic one at that. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you scared sometimes. There are definitely horrifying moments. There are definitely some creepy, some intense moments. If you haven't seen the show, I'll say this. Do not go in and expect something like scary, something messed up, but expect a really beautiful, tragic love story with some horror elements, sprinkled throughout. I'm going to give The Haunting of Bly Manor an 8 out of 10. Hey guys, if you got a chance to watch The Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix, let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you enjoyed my review, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this. And with that being said, stay lit, stay smooth, stay motivated. I'll see you soon.